expect from Walmart, this level of packaging? I think this to me feels like what I would expect would come from like DHgate or Temu or something. Is it a fake? Is it not? Why would Walmart, in my mind, dice with potentially getting sued by Hermes for launching a short-run series of bags that some of us would...
This might be one of the craziest betrayals the fashion world has ever witnessed. Seriously. Rumor has it that Hermes, yes, that Hermes, allegedly white-labeled Birkin bags for Walmart. Just let that sink in for a moment. The brand known for exclusivity and luxury supposedly handed out the crown jewel of handbags like it was a clearance aisle candle. And here's where things spiral even further. Jane Birkin's own daughter, Charlotte Gainsbourg, is reportedly suing. Why? Because her mother's name wasn't just used. It got pulled into a full-blown fashion fiasco. This isn't just about handbags anymore. It's legacy theft. A billion-dollar brand allegedly tossed its entire image out the window. Luxury, gone. Exclusivity, a punchline. And the trust? Completely shattered.
Has workshops in France, and most bags are made by a single artisan. So go ahead and buy your DHgate bag, whatever bag, and see how it holds up over the years. Trust me, Hermes is not concerned.
If this turns out to be true, it's not just a scandal. It's a full-blown identity crisis for the luxury world. Too many pieces are lining up, and it's starting to look undeniable. And if you think that's bad, it gets even messier. Word on the street, and it's louder than a whisper now, is that Hermes allegedly cut a secret deal to offload surplus Birkin stock. And we're not talking fakes here. These are the real deal. Authentic leather, top-tier craftsmanship, and full-price prestige. Supposedly. But here's the twist. These bags weren't flawless enough to make it into Hermes boutiques. So what did the brand allegedly do? Instead of destroying the extras like they used to, which was already questionable, they supposedly rebranded them under third-party labels and quietly shipped them out. Huge plot twist. And of all places, Walmart became the drop site. Suddenly, bags showed up with silhouettes that looked way too familiar, hardware nearly identical to the real thing, and stitching just off enough to make people do a double take. Now it's all finger-pointing and damage control. Let's be real, this feels intentional. Hermes allegedly needed to clear out inventory, and Walmart was hungry for a viral fashion moment. Boom, a win-win setup. But the real twist? They didn't see the internet dragging them this hard, and they definitely didn't expect Charlotte Gainsbourg to come swinging. Now it's personal. Charlotte's not just some heiress flaunting luxury. Her mother is the Birkin. That's her name, her legacy, the entire story behind the bag. Just picture waking up to find out the legendary bag your mom created is allegedly chilling on Walmart shelves, right next to discount mugs and bargain totes. That's a serious disrespect. Honestly, I'd be mad too. Charlotte's standing her ground, making it clear, you don't get to sell out my mom's legacy for a quick payday.
One of the brands these creators mentioned, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Chanel, especially Hermes, need to go to China for production. And here is why. Labels like Made in France and Made in Italy comes with strict restrictions. And brands at that level don't risk compromising that. It's just not worth it.
Because honestly, this isn't just about fashion anymore. It's about respect, legacy, and calling out a brand that may have crossed the line chasing profit. This isn't just purse drama. It's about exploiting Jane Birkin's name to sell a fantasy. Charlotte isn't just going after Walmart. She's sending a message to the entire fashion world. Quit treating legacy like disposable junk. Stop turning true craftsmanship into mass-produced throwaways. This is not what the Birkin was ever meant to be. And you know who really kicked this off? TikTok detectives and Reddit investigators. And I'm low-key hooked. They broke it down like experts, comparing bags side by side, zooming in on stitching, checking serial tags, even digging through international shipping records and connecting supplier codes from Hermes to Walmart vendors. This isn't some rumor. It's serious internet sleuthing. What they found? Too many matching details all pointing back to Hermes subcontractors. It's screaming, caught red-handed and scrambling vibes. Honestly, the internet cracked this case wide open before any fancy luxury media even blinked. That's the power of 2025. No more gaslighting the public. We find the receipts, and no amount of PR spin can erase that. And you know what speaks louder than a denial? Complete silence. Hermes hasn't said a thing. No press release. No lawsuit against Walmart, not even a peep from their CEO. That silence, it's deafening. When you're innocent, you speak up, defend your name, fight for your legacy. But staying quiet, that says everything. It feels like Hermes thought this would just fly under the radar, that no one would connect the dots between them and Walmart. Clearly, they underestimated the power of the internet. Luxury buyers may not want to admit it, but the damage is done. The silence from the brands isn't just suspicious. It's a huge red flag. Rumors say a former logistics manager who warned about shady shipments was fired earlier this year. This insider allegedly spotted unsold Birkin bags being rerouted to random US distributors, many linked to Walmart vendors. After raising concerns, they were quickly let go. Now, this same source is believed to have leaked documents exposing a calculated cover-up involving NDAs and shell companies to hide the truth. If they come forward, it's game over. This scandal hits especially hard for loyal collectors who waited years on endless wait lists only to find out bags they coveted may have been dumped in bulk. The once sacred Hermes VIP experience now feels like a complete scam. If Hermes actually white-labeled authentic Birkin bags and sold them through mass retail, then what was the point of the waitlist? Were they secretly favoring some customers, while quietly funneling inventory elsewhere to boost sales? It's beginning to look like they abandoned their loyal, high-end buyers to build a new customer base in the shadows. Hermes' exclusivity wasn't just about scarcity. It was built on trust. But now, it feels like we've all been playing a game where the odds were stacked against us. Folks are calling it out everywhere. Why did I spend $40,000 on a pre-order when Walmart's selling the same Birkin for a fraction of the price?
Our request, do Hermes next. And that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall in Italy. Made in China. Or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way. I have spent over $100,000 of my own money dissecting luxury bags, cutting them open, analyzing every stitch, every layer. Why? Because I had to know what made those bags so expensive.
And honestly, people have every reason to be mad. That waitlist was probably never sacred. Just a slick marketing trick wrapped in smoke and mirrors. Now the truth is out. What no one's saying but everyone's seeing? Stylists are rushing to delete Birkins from celeb Instagram pages without a word. Influencers who once flexed their Birkins are quietly archiving those posts, and celebs who once boasted about owning a dozen are suddenly silent. Stylists who used to name-drop Hermes, nonstop crickets. Why? Because now that bag comes with baggage. If the white labeling rumor is true, and honestly, all signs point that way, no celebrity or influencer wants to be caught showing off what's becoming the biggest alleged scam in fashion history. This isn't just about style, it's about reputation. Nobody wants to flaunt a bag that might have been sold on rollback right next to a George Foreman grill. The whole Birkin mystique, it's unraveling quickly. What we're witnessing is a mass exodus, people bailing hard. The Birkin isn't just losing its sparkle, it's starting to look like a relic built on hype. Now here's the question everyone's avoiding. Did Walmart know? I don't buy for a second that a giant like Walmart accidentally stocked bags suspiciously similar to $25,000 luxury icons. This company tracks shelf space by the inch. They had to know what they were selling. I think Walmart saw a viral opportunity, selling luxury vibes without the luxury price, and went all in. The styling, promos, and placements were too calculated to be random. Now with a lawsuit looming, Walmart's gone silent. And that silence? It's louder than any denial. When you're clean, you speak. When you're caught, you disappear. Birkins used to be assets, flipped like stocks. Now panic's setting in. Prices are dropping fast as sellers rush to offload before the rumors spread further.
Need you people to wake up and critically think and stop believing this shit that you see on TikTok, okay?
You mean to tell me you believe that this man is making your Birkins in China? If he's a Birkin artisan, then I'm an astronaut.
The moment the Walmart link surfaced, the Birkin myth began to crumble. If Hermes quietly flooded the market with white-labeled bags, your rare resale investment isn't rare anymore. It's just pricey leather with a fancy story. Honestly, I'm not surprised. The whole resale hustle was built on hype and manipulation. Now the pyramid's cracking, and the top dogs are finally facing the confusion and regret they caused. This isn't over. It's just the start. If Hermes allegedly sacrificed its legacy for profit, who's next? Gucci's under fire for outsourcing. Louis Vuitton for copied designs and mass production. This shakeup is exposing the luxury world's dirty secrets. Buyers are questioning everything. What really goes into that $10,000 bag? People want transparency on materials, makers, and profits behind the scenes. The luxury industry is panicking, stylists scrambling, resellers disappearing, brand reps dodging questions. This isn't just about Hermes anymore. It's a crisis of trust across the board. That illusion of prestige and exclusivity is fading fast. Consumers are now investigating every detail, from stitching to contracts. When the truth hits, that luxury might be overpriced smoke and mirrors, brands lacking transparency and authenticity will face a reckoning. Even Dior's under suspicion.
Made in China. I can get that for $12.
Go outside and touch grass. Some of you guys feel like this is your moment to shine and you can finally stick it to people that buy lug goods without like even fact-checking anything about any of this information that you're being fed from these factories or people with these TikTok videos which seemingly have false information, everything from pricing to the bags. Like, I just don't understand. A lot of these luxury brands own their own manufacturing.
This Birkin scandal is just the spark, and the luxury world is sitting on a powder keg. Brands are scrambling, rechecking supply chains, tightening contracts, trying to hide cracks. They're scared they'll be next exposed. If insiders keep leaking and sleuths keep digging, the luxury illusion could totally collapse. People will realize they've been paying 5 figures for bags possibly made next to frozen peas. This goes beyond Hermes. White labeling, mass outsourcing, secret deals are the industry's dirty secrets. When brands blur the lines, profits rise. But now, questions like, where are these bags really made? And does exclusivity even matter? Are flooding in. Charlotte Gainsbourg stepping in signals a fight to protect a legacy that should have remained untarnished. The Birkin, once a symbol of timeless luxury, is now at the center of a fashion earthquake.